live now.
Hey,
we're live.
Welcome.
Hello.
Yep.
How you doing, friends? Welcome to Feats and Fables. We're a group of friends that have been playing games together for over a decade. We started making a D&D podcast, moved to a D&D streaming game, interspersed with video games, and now we have an exciting announcement. We're going to start playing the Power Rangers role-playing game that has just come out from Renegade Studios. Also, another exciting announcement. We're going to be moving to Tuesdays. Same channel, same time slot, but Tuesday instead of Monday, so we're not overlapping with Renegade Studios' Twitch show about Power Rangers.
Paige, I do have to ask, did you have to stop yourself from saying same bat time?
Maybe I did. Tell no one, Munin, tell no one.
So, Paige, why are we switching to Power Rangers?
The reason why we're switching to Power Rangers is because Ben and I helped work on the Ss20 System, which is the system that the new Power Rangers game is based on, as well as the upcoming G.I. Joe game and the upcoming Transformers role-playing game. So some super exciting stuff. So, in case you're new or don't know us well, here's a little bit about each of us. As I said, my name is Paige Lightman. That is Dr. Paige Lightman. I'm a marine biologist that helps clean up hazardous waste sites. I've done a lot of writing for Dungeons and Dragons, mostly adventures. And as I said, I helped with the Ss20 system, but I actually don't know very much about Power Rangers. It got popular at a time where I was just not watching a whole lot of TV because of graduate school. So I'm super excited to learn more about it. Ben, why don't you go next?
Sure. My name is Ben Heisler. I'm excited to be playing Power Rangers. I worked on it, though G.I. Joe was my baby of the trio, so I'm super excited when that comes out. But I have had a hand in a fair amount of Ss20 development, and I am super excited to have a chance to play it and be able to answer questions for our viewers, as well as provide a set of examples about how the game can be played, since there are lots of ways to play it. I've also written a bunch of other gaming-related stuff, but the thing that I'm most excited about Power Rangers and the thing I love most about Power Rangers is how it brings everybody together. There's always a cool, interesting mix of characters, and you always get to see them work really well together, and then also see them clash and develop as characters. And my favorite season is in space. So there.
In
space.
Power Rangers in space.
There's of course there's an in space.
Of course there's an in space.
So many. There's so many of them. There's like an infinite number of them functionally.
Them being Power Rangers season?
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I shouldn't be surprised. I really shouldn't be surprised.
At some point in time, I should watch them.
I mean, they are acquired taste. I mean, they are very specific flavor.
Wow. Did y'all hear that pregnant silence?
Let's not get derailed. Joe, why don't you introduce yourself?
Coda, introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm Coda with Codab Games, and I stream here on Twitch. You can catch me playing through time travel games, co-op games, and board games throughout the week. And I'm excited to play Power Rangers because I grew up watching Power Rangers. Now, I unfortunately did reach, much like Paige, point in my life where I was no longer watching it. But I am Mighty Morphing Power Rangers, the OG.
Oh.
However, through my geekness, I did keep tabs on them throughout the ages. So I am well aware of the ninja season, the dinosaur season, the season in space.
There was a dinosaur season?
There was a dinosaur season.
Ooh, okay.
So many.
All right, next, Dr. Wong.
Hey, I'm Dr. Andrew Wong. My day job, I'm sort of a computational microbiologist. I'll just leave it at that. I've been role-playing with this group for quite a long time now, as quite a long time in general, but I have almost no Power Rangers exposure at all. I never really watched it. I think I actively avoided it. There was something about the genre that just rubbed me the wrong way. And so I'm really excited to be playing this game because part of me really just didn't want to have anything to do with it. Now I'm playing a role-playing game all about it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Ron, why don't you go next?
Nice to meet all of you. Ron Frankie. I've been gaming with these guys for a long time. In real life, I'm in finance. I'm excited to playing Power Rangers mainly because my friends Ben and Paige worked on it, and I think the idea of having a character and also a Zord will make for interesting game mechanics. My idea to have us have the game shift to different players when the Zords came into play, since it was Japanese footage in the show, so it would be different things, but that was shot down. So we will be playing both the characters and the Zords.
Ron, I'm actually really looking forward to you giving sort of like background material about the show itself. like what parts of it, like what parts of this game that we're experiencing are actually highly Americanized for the American version versus the original.
That part's easy.
No, that part's easy. It's when they're not wearing the masks. That's the entirety of it.
Yes.
Maybe we should play that up at some point because that would also be hilarious.
So that leaves our fearless GM.
Yes, we are switching GMs, and our new GM for Power Rangers, and a man with much love for Power Rangers in his heart, Joe Streaky.
My name is Joe Streaky, and in my real life, I guess I'm a director of cloud operations and do all kinds of internet stuff. So let's and I'm excited to be running Power Rangers. Right, when we were discussing who would be running, I was like, I could run Power Rangers. I like Power Rangers an awful lot. Like it hit exactly in high school when I was like at the right at the start of high school, and Power Rangers was like the big thing, and I was like, it just hit at the exact right time. I've seen quite a bit of the show. So let's talk a little bit about the game I'm going to be running. So I've always viewed Power Rangers as, kind of like bigger than life heroes, bigger than life monsters, bigger than life threats. The setting is, kind of it's like, oh yeah, they happen to go to high school in Angel Grove. They've been going to high school in Angel Grove for hundreds of years, as far as anyone could tell. They're all demi-liches, I'm pretty sure.
They've always been here.
This is all new, interesting information to me because I've got zero Power Rangers background, so I'm taking good notes here.
This way, the first season of Power Rangers had 30 episodes. 30 episodes. That's like an infinite number of episodes.
Don't most shows have like 22 episodes?
Yeah. And it's like, so they had 30 of each of the first 3 seasons, and they actually got to the point where, so the reason Power Rangers exists conceptually is that in Japan there's a show called Super Sentai, and Super Sentai is about costumed heroes fighting evil monsters.
Show,
and they're like, hey, what if we take all that footage from Japan and just make an American show? And so they took all this Super Sentai footage and just put an American part on it and reformed the Japanese plots and dubbed their voices to make them say feng shui whatever they wanted. And so it's just this hilarious mashup of this beautiful Japanese monster fighting shows and feng shui. These 5 American, kids in high school, going dancing around, right? And so the joke was the first X seasons of show, and so in the movie, they show all the actors with their suits on, not their helmets, and that was the first time they were ever seen in their suits ever, right? It was a big deal. It was in the movie, right? Because it had never happened in the show, because they didn't even have those costumes for those actors. Right, they didn't exist. Right.
Important note here is the reason they did this was because it was cheap.
So cheap, so cheap. Because all they're filming on the American side of the fence is scenes in in like the juice bar in
Yeah.
Angel Grove Student Center, right? They're not filming the, hey, we're doing explosions and we're fighting with weapons against monsters and blowing up buildings. That was all in the Japanese footage.
Huh.
They just bought it. It's fine.
So you're saying that the semblance between the Japanese plot and the American plot is basically nil?
They're wholly unconnected.
Cosmetic.
Oh
Wholly
man,
unconnected.
and it gets even more the further you go, because like
Yes.
in space,
Yeah.
like part of the big problems within space is that a lot of the space stuff is only in the American side, and like all of the actual fighting stuff not in space for the most part.
Yep.
It's all on planets, so they have to always like go to a planet for something to happen.
Yep.
So just out of curiosity, I assume at some point this is re-imported back into Japan, right? Like the American episodes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What a confusing time that must have been. Because it'd be like, I don't know, like a
It's
Looney
Brady
Tunes-
Bunch footage,
Right?
But not Brady Bunch.
Yes. And it's like, oh, suddenly they're like, oh, they're secret agents, like with like a soap opera plot overlaid with like Brady Bunch faces.
Yeah, so
I
it's
don't know.
it's fascinating, right? This
Yeah.
this microcosm that happened because of this functionally toy line deal,
Right.
right? And the company that made the toys was like, well, this is a great deal for us because we're making a TV show for the toys.
Right.
Now we just have another market to sell it to.
Except that the story behind the toys doesn't match at all.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
just repackage. It's fine.
Yeah, a plastic robot is a plastic robot.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
But they so the thing that is I think most interesting about the first couple seasons is they ran out of they basically original Power Rangers on a season of Super Sentai,
Yeah.
and they ran out of footage of the original Super Sentai, so they then moved to a different Super Sentai, and they had to explain why they all now had different costumes and different Zords
Yes.
and different everything, and they
Which
had
is
to
how
do
we
that.
got the dinosaur season.
I mean, that's that's what started that transitioning process.
Yeah.
Is because they had to start transforming these characters because they ran out of footage, so they needed to move. They needed more, right? And then the show just adopted this concept of the fact that
Yeah.
these people's powers and costumes change sometimes because that's what they need to make the footage and Japanese side match up. So, but about our game, right? So everyone here will be playing freshman students in college, going to University of California, Angel Grove, which obviously is exactly as real of a place as Angel Grove itself. So yeah, and as
Wait, hang on. There's a question from the audience here.
A burning question
No,
from our friend
Chris,
G-Info.
they are a thing, but the Green Ranger exist for a different reason in Japan than they do in the United States, like a totally different reason.
So we should read the question.
Sorry,
so that people
the
who
question
are gonna be
was
watching
the
this-
Green Ranger, White Ranger thing not a thing in Japan? So they were a thing in Japan, and I think they were a thing in a different season of Super Sentai, I think, which is where that came from.
Just yeah.
It's fascinating.
So this whole series is almost like the story of, I don't know, it's just investors. Like this is like private equity makes a TV show for kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I'm hearing.
Well, it might have started out pragmatically, but I'm sure the showrunners gained a love for the mythos that they were creating.
Really? Is that the impression? Did you feel there was like a love aspect to it later on?
Yeah.
I think so. It is a true statement that they eventually invested quite a bit of money in Power Rangers, right?
Right.
Like they had other like irons in the fire and decided, oh, we're gonna stop doing those and just do Power Rangers because that is the place where all the money is. So let's call it respect. We'll call it. There's a certain level of respect that they had for the property they were creating.
Was there ever, just while we're on this note, was there ever an attempt to try and bring like any of the storylines closer together?
Oh, yeah.
Or,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There were lots of times when, like, all of the Red Power Rangers from all the seasons got together to do a special and
So-
kick butt.
Wait. So there's not like a Red Ranger.
Oh,
It's
no.
like multiple of them. So I'm seeing like Lantern Corps in my head now.
Yeah, a little
Well,
bit.
yeah, a little bit. So functionally what you have is you have a situation where initially you have the initial cast and they do a couple of seasons and then they realize that they have gone from being total unknowns to being super famous because of this kids TV show that they're in.
Right.
And they're like, "Hey, pay us money." And the
Right.
studio was like, "No, money."
Gross. We're just
And so
here
they
to sell
replaced the
toys.
cast, right? Because the casts are unrelated between the two shows, right? So, like, it doesn't matter who's on the American side.
And
And
the
then,
question is, did
Right.
the kids care?
I mean, unless you're Tommy, right? Because he was in like 5 different shows.
so they tried it. They changed the cast once, and it didn't go well. And they changed most of them back because they're like,
Really?
"Oh, wait, shoot, we messed up. We're sorry. We'll fix it."
So the
There's a whole
kids-
bunch of stuff in the middle there that got really weird.
The kids
Uh,
did care, is what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It's
like,
kind of funny because it feels like that's going to be a common theme among the next several months.
Is that the team gets replaced?
There is another game or another show in the mid 80s where they tried to kill off the main character and replace him with a flashy, hotter, younger model. And it didn't work.
What?
He's talking about Transformers. He's going a little.
Oh,
Going into the
got it. But Optimus Prime came back.
That is the
Okay.
moral of the
Yep,
story.
that thing definitely happened. Yep. They were like,
Okay.
"That didn't work either. Never mind."
Okay, fair enough. I'm learning so much.
I am learning so much as well. Like, this is deep. I knew almost. I think I sort of knew about them using the footage, but I didn't realize to what degree that they use multiple shows that had absolutely almost nothing to do with each other.
Because
They had to. They ran out of footage.
we have not even really begun to scratch the surface. As like they tried this with a lot of other Super Sentai shows as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Power Rangers copycat show called Big Bad Beetleborgs. There were
Yes,
several
yes.
actually, but
Yeah.
how does all this affect our game, Joe?
Oh no, nothing at all. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But I'm enjoying this history. Actually, this is really funny.
No, it's useful. It's
Can you tell us a little more about Angel Grove?
Oh yeah, like are we in like the mountains?
yeah.
is this,
So
like,
it's
the
it's kind of
beach?
the. Let me see if I can find. I was looking for a good map earlier.
Is this like the small town that all like?
Or is it a big town?
So it's the feel for it. So it was actually filmed in, where was it? They said this here specifically. It was like Valencia, California.
Oh yeah, sure.
Is where all the stuff, all the film was, the footage was filmed. But it's kind of like, in essence, like middle of California, on the coast, right?
Oh, it's on the coast. Okay.
Yeah, because you have to have that beach feeling. It's very important.
Always have to have the beach.
So there's beaches.
Yep.
A thing I've learned.
So one of us could be like a surfer dude, brah.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like Andrew's character just emerged fully formed.
Emerged whole cloth from the wall. Ah.
I mean, yeah. I'm excited about this.
now he's excited.
And it's kind of it feels kind of like a Los Angeles or San Francisco in kind of representation in the show.
Right.
Right. It's a bigger city, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of amenities there, and it's not that far from vast swaths of desert nothingness where they can have all these cool fights.
Okay.
So
love it.
it's kind of I think the way I'm going to represent it, right, is there'll be the kind of the core downtown, right? There's not much of a what's the word for the thing that's not downtown? Good lord.
Urban
There's not
centers,
much of a
suburban.
suburbs. There's a
Okay.
very small suburb surrounding the city,
Yeah.
mostly college related stuff. And then there'll be kind of to the west will be like the California desert in essence.
Okay.
Will it have a quaint small town feel to it?
It has a. I mean, even in the show, like it has kind of a quaint, bigger town feel to it, right? Like
Okay.
it is in essence a combination of a college town. It's functionally a college town is really
Okay.
the feel that it will have.
Yeah.
Right. So like the University of California, Angel Grove is located there, right? And there's lots of people who work at the university. There's lots of people who, I don't know. I don't even. I have to figure out. I have to read up some more up on Angel Grove to figure out the heck other people, humans, actually do in Angel Grove. Besides get murdered by evil monsters. But
can we? Is this an opportunity for some collaborative world building, Joe?
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
you know what I would like to see.
What?
sure.
I would like to see the Mae Jameson military base or military posting.
Ooh.
I'm for it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, it's probably an Air Force base.
Sure, I could take Air Force.
Sure.
Base.
Sure.
Yeah,
all right.
Also,
There you go.
who could
That-
forget the UCAG mascot, the tardigrade?
Good old water bears.
Water bears. Go Water Bears!
Well, you got the Cal State Golden Bears, right?
Yup. Or the banana slugs.
So
For,
you got the Golden Bears. You can have the Water Bears.
Yeah.
Okay, so what base did you want here? What would you want to?
Get them
The
great.
my Jameson Air Force Base.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mae Jameson.
Mae Jameson.
Also, Tiger suggests as a slogan, "Get them grades," as a slogan, which will work great for the Blue Ranger as well. I would think.
So there's probably a fair amount of farming nearby, right?
Ooh.
Orange and almond and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right, mostly because having just to give the right feel for the show, right? Some
Right.
of these fights will take place on large empty plains in essence, right? So they'll probably
Swaths
be
of land.
right, exactly.
Large tracts of land.
Mhm.
What year is this taking place in, by the way?
Oh yeah.
I was
You know the
thinking
where
like
on it, but not
kind
the
of
when.
modern, right? So like maybe 2020.
Not the 90s like everyone else is doing.
No, 2020.
So we're gonna have like cell phones? Is that gonna disrupt everything
smartphones.
by being
That's
able
true.
to talk to each other from afar?
Probably not. I mean, like, to be fair, all the Power Rangers had like wrist communicators, so
I was gonna say
they all had Apple Watches. I'm pretty sure, way before the time.
So
what you don't know is Joe is going to make all of our transformation sequences start with us holding up our cell phones.
I mean, that would just be funny.
So, if it's going to be in 2020, I have to ask, what's the condition of the world?
Ooh.
There have been some major world events that have happened in time, and how did they happen here, or did they happen, or are we just not going to worry about it?
I mean, I was thinking we would not worry about it functionally.
Okay.
What's the
I mean,
condition of the world? Happy.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's the real fantasy.
exactly.
Right. It is a
Now-
role-playing game.
Now we
Paige-
know we're playing a fantasy game.
The only problem in the world is these weird gray humanoid creatures that are messing things up. And if we can stop them, everything will be fine.
They're like a plague unto the world.
Yes, humans
Weird
are
gray-
not a self-defeating
I think,
species in
like
this universe.
much like any Sunday morning TV show school, right? Like there's the state of the world is great. Everything is fine. Nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Our biggest problem is the jocks.
No,
Exactly.
Our biggest problem,
The jocks.
I was kind of thinking about playing a job.
Our
you should.
biggest-
That'd be great.
Our
You'll be
biggest
Part of the
problem-
problem, Paige.
our biggest problem is how are we going to wrap all of this up in a neat 2-hour box?
That's true.
Need 2-hour blocks. Need 30-minute box, Mike. Come
I
on.
was gonna say,
no,
that's pretty
no,
much
Get on it.
commercials.
no.
Look at 21 minutes at most.
Exactly.
Our podcast, our stream here is 2 hours. I mean, we could play for 21 minutes, but
Can you imagine how little we would get done in 21 minutes? In like the first 5 or 6 sessions?
I don't have
And
to
then it would be
imagine
like,
it.
all right, down to brass tacks. Let's get this done.
Right? Just go from one cliffhanger to the next, really.
You can just imagine how productive we would be for like 2 episodes until we ran this team. We're just like, yeah, pizza party episode.
I mean, it's basically like we're playing Monster of the Week.
So yeah, that's at a high level, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm not interested in, like, in general. Power Rangers isn't interested, in my opinion. Like, it's not interested in. It is interested in reflecting problems in the world via the creatures that you're fighting, not really by like dealing
Explicit.
with, like, not like directly addressing it, right? Because like
Mm.
we got toys to sell and like everything in this so you know,
Let me ask you: Is breaking for an ad every so often where we flog the toys going to be a part of this game?
I mean,
Like,
I can.
or we should make our own ads.
Yes.
Ooh, there
That'd be
you go.
hilarious.
Are these going to be like meta ads like in WandaVision? Because I was thinking it would be like toy ads. We would be making like Hero Forge models and then being like, if you want the model for this character, you can get this STL. And
Yes. Actually, not only do we give inspiration points for product placement, but I feel like if those of you in the audience want to suggest products to place, we're here for you. We're
Okay.
here for you.
absolutely.
Let's see if I can. Oh God, they've made this incredibly hard. Let's see.
But
I can't wait to take a refreshing sip.
of
Oh God,
You can't do it with a straight face. Also,
no, the tab is
The
on.
tab is misaligned. The tab is misaligned.
also, honestly, for our games, it'd be like, I can't wait to take. Goddamn, where's my calculator? It's like inverted. I don't know how I do this. Okay.
It's so delicious.
Yeah. We would be drinking La Croix more than anything.
yes.
I just can't get through a fight with monsters without my Sahale snacks. I get the power from those almonds, baby.
Oh, it's so good.
So yeah.
And then I would do a meta ad for the Power Rangers game with the Power Rangers book when it comes in.
I mean, that would be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
Just
I mean,
really
that's
amazing.
what the TV show used to do. They would intersperse commercials of the toys with the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think that to be very realistic.
And so, like, from a genre blindness standpoint, like, none of you have ever heard of functionally anything related to Power Rangers, right? Like there haven't been like mysterious attacks. There's really been nothing like that. It's a pure at the start, pure genre blindness.
So we,
Okay.
like our characters don't know that this secret organization exists, basically. Interesting.
Okay, so here's a follow-up question to that. Where does the rest of the Power Ranger canon fall into all of that? Because Angel Grove has been under attack for
A long time.
a very long time.
Millennia.
I mean, clearly, whatever Rangers were there before us did whatever they did so well that we just never heard about it.
Damn.
There were giants, though.
Yeah, but we didn't live
Flashy
in Angel Grove.
things.
That's
We're going
fair.
to college there, so we probably live somewhere else.
Maybe.
Oh, that's true.
Well, that's definitely one way to frame it.
Okay. I'm just
Huh.
curious.
I mean, Joe just said we didn't know, so you can decide for yourself why your character doesn't know.
That is true.
Okay.
So yeah. Any other questions about the setting? And obviously, more will come up as we do character creation. But
Yeah.
And
okay,
like,
Ben, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Ss20 system?
Sure. So the Ss20 system is a fun new system that is out now in PDF on Power Rangers and will be coming out in stores actually next Wednesday, the 26th. So super exciting with that. It's a modular system. It's based on a D20 plus another die. So ideally, you'll always be rolling two dice, which will be your D20, which will be your primary number, and then you will be rolling a die based on what your skill level is. The skill level goes kind of as you would look at a group of dice up the ladder. So it starts out with a coin toss or a D2, because D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, and then goes up into some additional permutations after doing a D12 in your skill. You're always rolling these dice against a target number, and if you get past the target number, if you meet or beat, you succeed. If you blow way past it and hit double, you critical effects that come into play. So it is designed for you to be rolling lots of dice, but only be needing to add up a couple at a time to keep it simple, but also keep it flowing and fun.
Yeah, actually, I like the way the crits work a lot, right? Which is if you have a max die and you succeed, you crit. You did it.
So, and that's everything but the D2 until you get to a certain place where you get to crit on D2s, which is pretty high level up in the game. But you're always going to be looking at what die that you rolled of your group is the highest. Unlike a lot of other systems, there's only 4 real stats, and each stat has a bunch of skills that's under it, and that's kind of where a point buy system comes into play. But your 4 stats are all based off of S's. We call them the 4 essences. They are strength, and they're strength, speed, smarts, and social. So as you can guess, under strength, there's all kinds of things like how tough you are, how strong you are, how you move with athletics, how you do your punches and fun stuff like that. Similar set of skills under speed, smarts, and social. Some of these also have skills that you don't roll but are always in play. So like one of them under strength determines additional hit points. Which can be a big thing on a system like this, which is a generally low health hit point system. So if you hit somebody for a point, it means something as opposed to high level D&D where you're like, well, I only rolled an 11 on my damage.
Yeah.
If you rolled 11 on this, you're super taking somebody out.
Yeah, somebody's having a real bad day.
Real bad day.
Yeah, like most weapons do like a point of damage, right?
Yeah.
So.
Right.
I was really curious about like hit points being so low.
And that also gets into if you crit, you deal extra damage, or if you overlap, if you hit your difficulty and then overlap it and go through again. So like if, I'm fighting a putty and a putty has a, toughness of 12, if I roll really well and get a 24, then I'm dealing my small amount of damage for my punch, but then I'm hitting again for doubling, and then I'm probably critting on top of that. So
yes, Paige?
It can be spectacular.
What's a putty?
I will let Joe answer that in time. For now, that's a teaser to you and all of our viewers.
What?
Okay.
But you can assume they're a type of bad guy.
Fair enough.
So similar, it's a modular system. It is the system that is powering Power Rangers. It will be powering G.I. Joe when that comes out in, I believe, about a month and a half.
Gentlemen, I have news for you that we must interrupt with. GMFO subscribed with Prime for 3 months.
Woo!
Also claiming Green Ranger for the win. So you know what? I say that we allow GM Fox right here, right now, to be our Green Ranger. What do y'all think, friends?
I don't think you should write the story for Joe.
No, I think, because what that means, think about this, is now he and Joe have to go play their own game of Power Rangers that is simultaneously happening with ours, but nary shall the two ever meet.
Yes, Chris, you would be our nemesis.
Yeah, until
that sounds to reason.
We have our team up, our whole team up thread and plots where you join the team, and then we have to redo the overlay. So that's the whole thing.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. But we get another player, so that's pretty cool.
I definitely also wanted to give a shout out to Oslo Tiger, who assumed that we were talking about the Patrick Warburton character from Seinfeld.
Nice. Excellent.
Elaine's vaguely dim boyfriend.
Chris, to answer your question from earlier, the general populace doesn't really know about previous Power Ranger escapades.
They just know that the world is okay, and they don't really ask.
The world's great. It's doing fine.
Good to
doing
know.
Fine.
I personally am so ready to spend some quality time in a world that's fine. Like,
dun, 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 dun,
I volunteer as tribute.
Bologno has also subscribed with a tier 1 sub and a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Lightning Bolt.
Yeah!
Bologno!
We should see. That's probably copyright protected.
Yup.
That's
Definitely
copyright.
Definitely copyrighted
I think-
a lot of different ways.
I think if we all simultaneously hummed a theme song from a different season of Power Rangers, like all on top of each other,
There you
Yes.
go. There
We
you go.
can make a
That's our own
unique-
personal art.
yes.
I was
like
trying to sing the sub music song, but okay.
And Chakuva really just keeping this hype train rolling. Hype train!
Maybe Chakuba,
Whoever you
continue
are.
talking
Ooh.
about
Whoever you are.
how the game is played.
I like the idea of getting their little jingle from their communicator wrists. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That'd make for a good one.
I
Sure
can make
that's
that
not
happen.
copyrighted.
Oh, it definitely
It's
is.
so copyrighted. So copyrighted. All the copyrighted.
What could go wrong?
Well, you see, let's do a detour into copyright law.
Let's not.
say good.
Let's not.
So, as I was saying, it's a modular system. It's going to be used. It's used for Power Rangers. It'll be used for G.I. Joe, and also for the Transformers games when they come out. And so there are a couple of hallmarks of the system that we're going to start exploring tonight as we talk about characters, and then we will get further into next week when we choose the third, or rather, when you choose the third part of our characters, and in some ways, one of the most important, because I know how to speak words good.
That was an important part. Sure.
Well, Sauda Perry was a veterinary nurse.
Oh, no.
Sorry,
Now I'm
sorry.
going to start. Now I'm going
It's
to
a
start
side
accenting
part.
this to go real bad.
Hey guys, we also play D&D. That's a thing.
Anyways, reeling it back in. So character creation is broken into three parts. You have your origin, which is what you were before you became a Power Ranger. So a lot of those are going to be kind of character. I wouldn't want to say stereotypes, but like character backgrounds, archetypes. There we go. Thank you very much.
Because they're very role based, anyways. So
Yeah.
So, and we'll also be talking about influences, which are what you do other than where you came from and what you are now. So you're looking at your past, which is your influence, your origin, which is kind of your near past, and then your role, which we'll be getting into next week with our viewers' help, which is who you are now and what your place is on the team. And so influences give you small bonuses to things where your influences lie. So like if I'm an artist, I would get a bonus on, for instance, performance checks when I'm talking about my specific art. So like if I am a jazz flautist?
A flautist. You got it. A flautist.
Yes, there we go. If I'm a jazz flautist, I'm going to get bonuses when I, start playing the flutes. I'll tell you what.
Lizzo does, and she's amazing, so you could too.
Yes. But when you're looking at origins, so you have things like athletic, brainy, comedic, curious, and we'll go through the list here in a minute. But what an origin does, so as I said, influence gives you a small bonus to a thing that you are interested in or that is important to your character. Origins are more defining. From there, you're going to get things like your starting number of health, a bonus to one of your 4 essence attributes that we talked about earlier. And that will also give you a skill within that essence that gives you a boost too. It's going to determine how fast you are as far as how much you can move in a turn with your ground movements. It gives you a number of languages to start out with. And the last thing it gives you is a small bonus that applies all the time that you can think of as a perk for your character for that origin. So those are the 2 things that we're talking about tonight. And then next Tuesday, because we will be on Tuesdays going forward, we will have more of an introduction to our characters. We'll play a little bit, and as we play, we will get votes from you all about what our roles or what part of the Ranger spectrum of colors these characters will be. So
You heard it here first, folks. We're going to make the people. You get to decide which color Ranger they're going to be.
it's very
Be
exciting.
kind.
Well, I mean, there's
Be
5
kind.
of us and 5 Rangers, so
yeah.
they can't.
Can 2 of us be the same color?
Nope.
Okay.
Everybody must be a unique color.
And our poll will reflect that.
This is the law of shows like this.
Mr. Schoner asks, can we add new colors? Because if neon purple is an option.
The teal ranger. I like these suggestions from Old Slow Tiger and GFO.
Because the colors aren't just what color their uniform happens to be. In the Rangers universe, the color comes with a unique connection to the power grid that informs on the strength of their Zords and the way that they can attack and interact with things.
Would that be this game's version of multi-classing? Like if I take yellow and red, am I now the Orange Ranger?
So
I don't think it works like that.
It doesn't.
There are ways to emulate multi-classing, but for the most part, it is a single role or class system. You can eventually get into advanced roles, which you can kind of think of like prestige classes. The one that is included in the Power Rangers basebook is, of course, the White Ranger, so that you can live out your fantasy of going from the Green Ranger to the White Ranger when your Sentai footage changes, and oh god, we have to suddenly swap around to new Zords and outfits. But there's not kind of a traditional, I'm going to take 2 levels of red, and then I'm going to take 3 levels of green, and then I'm going to take a level of yellow to make myself the Chartreuse Ranger.
Ooh.
Okay, good to know. All of this is news to me.
So, that all said, let's start talking about characters and go over the list of origins, since that's a little more defining. And if some of us, 2 of us like the same origin, we can work out how those characters perhaps already know each other and things like that.
You mean let's actually talk about some character creation?
Whoop, whoop.
I love it. Who wants to go first?
Well, why don't I go down the list, and we can perhaps call out if there's something we like, or we can go down the list and then go around the table saying if there is an origin that appeals to us.
Sure.
So just going down the list, it starts with athletic.
I kind of like athletic. But, I'm reasonable, and if somebody else loves it, then that's fine. But
And we could also talk a little bit about our character ideas as well. Because
Sure.
I think it also, some of these could fit multiple things. But Ben, if you wanted to walk us through the origins, I think that's a great starting spot.
Excellent. So we already have one person interested in athletic. So the second one is Brainy.
I also kind of like Brainy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be the Renaissance freshman. You want to be athletic, but also smart and able to quote Shakespeare while...
Hush, it's my fantasy too, man.
I mean, it is your fantasy too. But if we're going to be making jokes about it, we have to talk about the next one, which is comedic. Following that, we have...
That's fantastic.
So we have comedic, we have curious, cynical, kind, oddball, popular, rebellious, and tragic. See, I really expected you'd go for tragic because that's really your cup of tea.
This is a Noble Bright game.
This is a Noble. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be tragic.
Is it a Noble Bright game?
I don't know.
That's true. We did not discuss this off of air. I mean, in previous renditions of our gaming, we have tried to keep it somewhat Noble Bright.
I think my character's first instinct upon seeing a putty would be to subdue it and then find out how its insides work.
Just surgically remove its innards.
Yeah. For the advancement of humankind.
That sounds very curious.
I was actually thinking of curious for Felix.
Bologna asks, that's just Billy from the OG series, right?
That was a joke.
It was. We were all laughing.
I guess. I smiled because there was a joke.
I was thinking either athletic or perhaps rebellious as well.
Ooh. You could wear a leather jacket.
Ooh.
I definitely could wear a leather jacket and could probably pull it off. Not me
Coda,
in real
you're-
life, but my character could.
I was about to say, you're cold all the time. You're always wearing a jacket.
Yeah, I was about to say a leather jacket would be perfect for you.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just gonna lay down a full character idea and then claim like a half dozen origin stories based on
Lay
it.
it on us, Andrew.
Hey.
So,
All right,
so
I'm braced. Go for it.
yes,
Everybody buckle up.
I have like the surfer dude idea, right? Because once you get to
Yes.
the beach, that seemed like totally a thing that fit here. So, you know, originally he was enrolled at the college, but he's currently on a hiatus because his grades kind of sucked, and you know, like that was totally just the system, like fucking with him. Right now, he's scooping at the local gelato shop to make ends meet until he figures out what he's doing next. So I mean, among the various origins that appeal to me for this character include athletic, oddball, rebellious, or even comedic, potentially.
I think my character is going to be named Daniel Gutierrez.
Oh my god, the full name.
Yep.
Full name.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
I think he is from Oregon,
yeah.
and he has come to Angel Grove because he is pre-veterinary. He wants to be a veterinarian.
Ooh,
Excellent.
focused. I like it.
Mhm.
So my character's name is Max, and I was thinking that Max was going to be trying to enlist. I actually don't know how the Air Force enlistment process works, but enlist with the Air Force.
He's ROTC.
I was about to say, you just show up and sit in a chair.
Yeah, like you
And then
can't
they
be.
send you somewhere else. You'd be out of the game, gone.
See, your choices are to be in the Air Force, in which you're not in college. You
Yeah.
could be
Sure.
in the National Guard, which
That could be it.
many
That could
college
do it.
students actually do.
Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say because there is
Or
like
you
a,
could be officer
ROTC.
track.
Yeah.
yeah,
Actually,
the ROTC. So he's Max is probably ROTC.
Another option could actually be that you were already in the Air Force and now you're using your GI Bill.
Oh, you could be old.
benefits. Yeah.
I don't think that works though.
Yeah.
What do you mean it doesn't work? That's what the GI Bill's for.
No.
Okay, so I will.
The game.
Yeah, I will say there is a section in this book. Not that you can like create your own rules or whatever, but there was since I was reading it, it was like something about like the power of youth that just jumped out at me.
It is plausible that you could be like, you could have done like a 4-year stint and be out when you're like
No, I think
23 or so.
I was more thinking of like the ROTC program.
Yeah.
So wait, are you saying that I can't be Shirley from Community that has finally had the time to go to college and I have, 2 children that I have to take care of when I'm not at classes?
Yes, that is what
Or
I'm
saving
saying.
the world?
I mean,
I
that's a
wonder how
really
Shirley would
compelling
react.
story.
To the Power Rangers stuff happening to her.
Although
I mean, like, if Dan Harmon wrote it, I would watch it. But
No, I was
So-
definitely thinking more of like a ROTC program,
Hmm,
which is what I was initially envisioning.
So my character Felix was going to come from the other side of the mountains in California, like an agricultural area,
Ooh.
from a big family where he's in the middle.
Yeah.
So he's kind of ignored a lot. And basically all he did growing up was read and go down to the local rec center where he learned to box. So now that he's in
Ooh.
college, he wants to do all the things that he couldn't do before because, he didn't have the money or the time to do it. So I was thinking curious
Okay.
for him.
Or athletic.
No, not athletic. I wasn't thinking athletic.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, you planted your flag there on being the jock.
I mean, I kind of like being the jock, but I'm not going to fight people for it.
I mean, I think all of our characters are going to be in generally good shape since that's kind of how the genre works.
What can't I be in okay shape and my Sentai actor be in really good shape? Like, I thought we just talked about that. Like,
no, it's
come on.
fine. It's totally
It's-
fine.
It's kind of like the Mandalorian, where there was one guy in the suit, and then
Look,
Listen,
y'all,
the morphing grid does amazing things for the hips. It's just all I'm saying.
we're gonna have to be doing at least 6 flips an episode. Okay.
It's true.
His stunt double will have to be doing 6 flips an episode.
I love it.
I might go curious.
I just
Like, Paige.
I don't know.
Paige is curious about taking athletics abroad.
You mean she's curious about saying curious from Ron.
Ah,
Paige.
this will get better when we get to the backgrounds or whatever.
Well, come on, we've still
You
got a
guys
couple
could-
more
you guys could
stories on
share
the
'em. It
bottom.
doesn't super matter, to be honest.
All right, sounds like athletic is already like contested ground here.
It's not
It's not contested unless Paige contests something else.
Well, we haven't heard from you,
I
Ben.
wouldn't mind being kind either.
Do you have any
Is this,
ideas gestating before Paige literally calls them all?
I'm just gonna shut up.
I mean, wait, am I suddenly the last person to? Am I left with the ball?
Yeah. What do you got, Ben?
Oh no! Oh no! Well, since my Shirley doesn't work, I was thinking about in my brain, in my community brain. I was like, oh, if I can't be Shirley, that means I just have to be Britta. And so, of course, rebellious, immediately slotted into my brain. But I could also do popular, and that would be fun. My character does not have a fully formed. I don't have a name. I don't have a Felix or a. What was your full name? Full name.
See, that's right. You confuse
Daniel
people with
Gutierrez.
last names.
Daniel Gutierrez.
I'm just flabbergasted
It's fine.
by a full name.
I don't have a full name either. I've got Max. That's all I'm working with right
I
now.
mean, you're still a step ahead of me, I gotta say.
Figuring stuff out.
Figuring stuff out. So yeah, I'm somewhere between page 26 is my home, since that has both popular and rebellious on it. So I'm just gonna choose from one of those two, and I'm just gonna make angry tardigrade noises
Until you figure it out.
until if someone comes anywhere near page 26.
Oh,
is what I'm gonna
God.
do.
Y'all, somebody stop me because I'm going down, and as I hear more people take rebellious, I'm just being drawn towards tragic. Y'all, is my family dead?
I mean,
For those of you who
probably.
don't know this, every character Coda has ever played in the fucking what?
You were
15 years I've known you.
Oh my god.
Has had a dead family.
Yeah.
Every single one.
How does that happen? How does it just
And the
keep happening?
circumstances are always mysterious.
They are.
Mysterious, yes.
This character never has an alibi.
100% of the time.
Guys, I can see it so clearly
You
though.
can, and it's unfortunate.
Of course you can. Of course you can. You know why?
You've got a
It's
little
like
practice.
going home. That's why.
Going home, but there's nobody
Nobody
there because
there.
they're all dead.
Ah!
Can I just paint y'all a picture really quick?
Please
Go ahead.
do.
Listen,
I don't know if
please.
you can. Please. I'm
Please.
excited.
We
Okay.
can't stop you. Is really
The
what it boils down
reason,
to.
the reason Max wants to go into the Air Force is because Max's dad
Uh-huh.
was a jet fighter
Mm.
who mysteriously disappeared one day.
You mean
Presumed
Dad
dead.
was a jet fighter, or like an F-15, or like a,
right?
Shut up, Andrew!
like,
Why are you making fun of
No,
my
no,
tragic
the problem
backstory?
is, he was the fucking Joint Strike Force fighter.
oh yeah, way over budget, way over budget.
And the Air Force just took him out back and shot him.
Just axed it. Congress is like, no, we're not paying for this shit anymore. Not for all the pork in. Anyways.
Okay, I think I'm over it.
Really?
Maybe it's
Are
past.
you? I don't think
You're not over it.
No.
You're over it insofar as you have a tragic background and your dad is dead. I mean,
Yeah.
is that
Missing,
being over it? I don't
missing.
know.
My dad is missing. Unless
Presumed
Joe-
dead.
Are you killing
Missing.
my dad?
Have any of us actually
Oh.
met Coda's like family before.
No.
In real life,
Yeah.
He claims they
Talks about
exist.
them.
Yeah,
No,
they're
guys,
They
I
exist.
already
On the
explained
West
Coast. None of
this
us can
to
prove
you.
it.
They all moved to Oregon.
Oregon.
It's
Oregon.
fine.
Oregon.
Right. The state that doesn't exist. We get
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Have
No,
you,
it does exist. Daniel's from there.
are you sure?
Are you sure?
Have you actually been to Oregon before? Have you met
Yes.
or talked to anyone who has been?
Yes.
Yes, my family.
So I
Mm.
just heard that if you live in Oregon and want to see a Power Rangers stream and want to make sure that we are well represented, you need to come watch our stream so that you can correct us every time we spout these terrible lies about
There you
Oregon.
go. There you go.
Yes. And let us know that you're
And
actually
GM
real.
Fox, to answer your question, yeah, I think so. I think I've just created Carol Ferris from Green Lantern.
Who's Carol Ferris from Green Lantern?
The original
she's-
Green Lantern Squeeze.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the female interest whose dad mysteriously vanished in an air jet.
Amazing.
But she runs the company, so she's always at odds with the hotshot test pilot who's the Green Lantern. She's actually a pretty good character, all things considered, especially considering when she was created.
I mean, they
80s.
kind of ruin her later, but sure.
Well, that's Western comics.
Right.
They ruin everything eventually, and then forget they ruined it.
I do want to point out something really curious about all the origins. So
Yeah.
when it comes to languages, it doesn't actually seem like some of the character origins say like, oh, this origin's really curious about languages. So they go out their way to learn languages. So they have one language plus an additional language for every 3 points of social they possess.
Yep.
But in other texts, they're like, oh, this person doesn't care about languages. They just speak the one language. So they get one language plus one for every 3 social they possess.
So the frequency at which social points gets you additional languages is something that was used as a balancing lever. Now, admittedly,
For
when you're
what?
looking
Speaking too many languages, having an OP polyglot character.
Yep.
pretty much. I mean, they were less involved as per we want to make sure we have a very good spread of. We have a number of origins that give an option for speed and an option for smarts and an option for. I'm going to sound really bad here because I can't remember the 2 S's, but they exist. Social and strength. Haha. There's only 4 of them. They all start with S. How can I be messing this up? But here we are.
Ben Heisler, creator.
I was. I feel like I might as well own it now because by the time we get to GI Joe, and then it's gonna be like, oh well,
yeah,
this was wrong in Power Rangers, but we got to GI Joe, and now it's even worse. Good thing nobody worked on that.
Everyone gets one language, regardless of whether or not the flavor text says they love or hate languages.
They speak English and bad English. That's the way it works.
Well, I mean, the rate at which each character gets social points can be vastly different, and that'll inform the number of languages you have.
And it's usually the number of smarts points you have rather than social points.
Okay.
But for instance, Brainy gets 1 additional language for every point of smarts they have, as opposed to some of them get 1 for 3.
Do they?
Or 1 for 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just sometimes the flavor text is like, wait, what?
Sometimes the flavor text doesn't entirely align with the mechanics. I'm sure there's never been a game in which that has ever happened before, though. So I feel pretty safe saying that. And on that note, I feel like I should go have a break so that I can, we can all forget about what I just said.
Right? When we move on to influences, being influencers.
Yes,
Influencers, yes.
So we pick platforms in that section, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Here we go.
TikTok right here.
Ooh, I'll take.
You know what? I'm going to call it now. LinkedIn. Haha.
Ooh.
The professional one. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll take MySpace.
I'll take Twitch.
You can be dead like your parents.
I'll take Reddit.
Ooh.
All right,
He's got
Elmo.
Power
GeoCities.
move.
The best and the worst.
All right. We'll be right back.
We have returned. We spent 5 minutes yelling at each other about who was going to pick which origin.
It was beautiful. I cried. Single tear.
Paige did make the entire run through of every single one of them.
Yep, that's what I did.
But you'll be pleased to know we settled almost nothing. So we're going to start again.
Audience, we're going to let you break ties.
Y'all,
Ooh.
I think the more I think about it, I'm gonna have to go with tragic. It's like pulling up a nice tragic safety blanket.
Listen, sometimes you play a wizard in D&D. I get it.
You saw it and you're like, this is my hole. This is the hole shaped like me.
Well, I was just like, but why is Max going into the Air Force?
That's the reason why everyone goes to the Air Force. Their father was a jet fighter
who mysteriously disappeared.
I thought they went to the Air Force so that they didn't have to dig ditches like the Army.
Old Slow Tiger, what is your personal typecast? I don't think I've actually played with you enough to know.
Ooh, Jim Fox.
Oh,
Everybody
no.
else
I
listening.
know.
I know.
Actually, hold on. Let's put it, since we're doing a call to action here, all of our listeners, feel free to share what your go-to role-playing archetype is. All right, Ron, now you can guess what Old Slow Tigers is.
Old Slow Tigers is whatever he's playing.
Yeah.
He has a secret, and he's not whatever he's playing.
Oh.
Hmm.
How many layers does that go down?
It depends on the game.
Yeah, he mixes it up, but that's when I played with him, that is the theme.
Old Slow Tiger has confirmed.
Or is this just what Old Slow Tiger wants us to think?
Exactly.
No, that's true.
That's the whole thing, man. That's the whole thing.
It's definitely a pretty flexible theme if you're gonna have one.
Yeah.
So Andrew's theme is his character wears as little clothing as possible. So that's why he's going with Surfer. Because he figures he can get down to Speedos and just wander around town. And
Or a bikini. We don't know what gender of
I imagine
character type of swimsuit they
he's
wear.
going to want to go Speedo regardless of gender, I think.
Amazing.
It's like, what are the laws in California?
I feel so judged.
So judged.
Also seen,
Yeah.
but judged, but also seen.
Like I feel like we got Wendy's in the house. Like I almost want to ask you to do me now, Ron, but I'm also
Right?
like, I'm not
No,
sure.
I think
I'm ready
I'll let
for
other
that.
people. I'll let other people.
Speak
do
for
it.
themselves.
It's not as fun if you do yourself, though.
It's okay. I'll do me. I'm usually the rebellious character. Haha.
Ha 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 ha.
I'm curious, Joe, you have played, I think, the longest with GM Fox. What do you think GM Fox's go-to archetype is?
Life fighter.
It's true. It's not wrong.
Two
Not
words.
wrong.
Wait, is what?
Light fighter.
Light fighter? Okay.
Yes, like a lightly armored, very fast, fighty person.
I mean, come on. I mean,
GM Fox
not even a
has
challenge.
confirmed.
Come on. Throw me a hard one.
How graceful.
All right,
I mean,
here's
if
a
he can
hard
be
one
Elvin,
for you.
that's a huge plus. I mean, come on.
Here's a hard one for you.
Mhm.
What do you think Bologna's go-to is?
Mysterious brainiac.
Okay. All right. So has anybody else actually settled on an
Okay, so you're
origin here?
Mike, you're Max, and you need a last name still.
Yes, I do.
And you are tragic. That's the one you're picking.
I'm going to tragic.
Okay, great.
I don't think anyone's fighting him for it, so
No, I'm just verifying.
yeah.
Oh, please, someone try to out-tragic me.
Andrew, have you landed on an origin?
Let me go to the next person. I'm still
All right.
thinking about it a little bit.
Ron, what about you?
I'm thinking curious, but Paige, are you still thinking maybe
Nope,
curious?
all yours. All yours.
Okay, so I'll stick on curious then. If Paige is,
All right. Do you have a name?
Felix. I do not have a last name yet.
Gonna
What about you, Ben?
Good old page 26.
It's like
Good old page 26.
Oh yeah.
Popbellious or Rebopular.
Ooh.
I mean, like, you can't. Now I feel like I have to like go a different direction just because I've been painted myself to a corner, and my inner rebellious stage is just like, no, pick something else.
You're rebellious. How dare you think to be rebellious?
Yeah.
How dare you? All right.
Why
You
isn't
know what?
why isn't one of these just like compliant?
Because we're teenagers with attitude, my
Come on, and
friends.
attitude. Come on.
All right. You know what? I'm
Compliant.
if we're just
He's going to
wandering-
choose popular and then end up rebellious, or he's going to choose rebellious and end up popular. Just give him both, and he'll be happy.
I mean, there's rules.
Tell me I'm wrong.
And I married.
Damn.
Tell me I'm
I
wrong.
married this
Damn.
woman, and she knows me so well.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I certainly will not tell you that you're wrong. I will go with rebellious.
Excellent.
But nobody take popular.
He'll be very hurt if you take popular, is all I'm saying.
No, it's. I don't want to say it's fine because that's going to sound like I'm not fine.
It's fine! What do you... Dr. Lightman, what about you?
Let Andrew go first.
Mm.
So I think I'm currently caught between probably athletic and rebellious, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and just fight Ben for rebellious. I'm going to let the audience pick which of us get to be rebellious.
Little drama.
Yeah.
Oh, you could just both be rebellious. I mean,
No, it's not.
No.
No.
That's not how any of this works.
It's just like we decided to expand the whole, like, no one can overlap colors into everything else here.
Okay,
Also,
fine.
How
Like,
can two people both be rebellious? That's crazy pants
Yeah.
from a
Then it
website.
just
Crazy.
becomes
They
normal.
would-
Yeah.
They just like
Yeah.
bounce off each other. It'd be crazy.
I think I've changed my mind. I'm gonna go with Brawny because Andrew's still considering it, or Brainy
Brawny.
because
Oh.
Andrew's still considering athletic.
I was like, Brawny?
That's an option?
So you just
Page's over here like, I worked on this system. There's an extra origin that is a DLC that you only get
Right?
by subscribing to my...
You gotta be 1,000-month Patreon. You're good to go.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm just going to tell the GM that I'm using this thing that's not in the core rulebook. It's fine.
So I think we should let the audience decide who between us could get to claim rebellious. How's that?
Yeah, I was about to say, Coda, can you hook us up with a poll right quick? so
I-
that we
Because
know
if there's
I'm gonna
one
go
thing that
popular?
defines rebellion, it's
Mhm.
going along with what the popular opinion is.
Dang right. Dang right.
you get an inspiration point, Ron.
Thank
Ron,
you. Thank you.
acting. Acting.
Okay, so Paige is brainy. Felix is curious. Max is tragic.
Mhm.
We're fighting for rebellious.
I mean, our characters, not like us, per se.
I mean, you
I-
can say that.
No, I think my poll speaks for itself.
Oh, really? Damn. Damn.
Everybody go vote on the poll.
Yeah. This is hilarious. I'm watching the results come in
All right,
live.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to vote in this poll? And if so, how many times?
Just
Paige,
once, and I have already voted. Yes.
Paige,
I was
I
gonna
ain't
say-
stopping you.
I appreciate that you didn't put the option to put in additional votes for this. Because I might prove that I'm more rebellious financially.
Wow. Rebellious
Like you
with your
fool.
pocket watch.
Think of all the
loving
bits
it.
we could have had.
I'm loving this.
Right.
Oh.
Oh!
Ben by a nose.
By a nose. Thank you,
Word
Shep.
of
Thank you.
3.
Wow.
Whew.
So where does that leave us standing then?
I feel for Andrew. I mean, at this point, you got to become cynical, right?
This is what Chad has done to me.
I used
You
to
people.
believe in something.
Yeah. No, I think this being the case, I'll probably go with athletic.
Okay.
Right.
And if I, what could go wrong?
Be great. Okay. So I believe that is all the peoples.
That is our origins. Now we can talk about what we like to do when we're not being archetypes.
What I absolutely love about this whole
Are we missing
system that
someone?
we've gotten going is that what we've taught the people is when you are playing Power Rangers at home and you've got two people who want the same origins, they just have to leave it up to a popular vote.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's the only way.
It's the only way to be sure.
Yep.
Put up.
I'm just imagining this before we weren't on Twitch and just being like, all right, I just need to call my friends and have as many people as possible say that I'm rebellious.
Right.
So that,
Phone a friend.
Ben, you wanna tell us a little bit about the influence? Well, you've already told us about the influence. Do you want to read them to us? What are options here?
So your options, as provided in the book. So influences are a lot more flexible. Unlike my joke about DLC content, it's relatively easy to create your own influences if any of the ones that you have don't align to what you're doing. So each part of influence has kind of generally what it is. So we have artisan, caretaker, community helper, small town roots, martial artist, nomad, not from around here, student, survivor, and teacher. So each one of these has, like I said, a small perk that generally applies to smarts or social skills. Sometimes it will apply to other skills, but generally they're about who you are and are not things that you would use in combat, for instance, but would define who you are outside of it. You can have up to 3 influences. So you can be a martial artist teacher who's not from around here, if you want to push those 3 together. And when you do that, you do get all 3 of the little bumps that I talked about before. But for each one that you take, each influence that you take past the first one, you get what's called a hang-up. And each influence also has a hang-up that gives you a small penalty, similarly that applies in smarts and social situations that colors who you are because you are expanding yourself to be as involved with as many things as possible as opposed to having more creative freedom by just having one. So
interesting.
And it's up to the GM to hammer us with those hang-ups every time.
Although Joe's so brutal,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if you'd be able to see the difference.
True.
It's hard to be sure. So what do people have feelings about initially?
I kind of like caretaker. Because my character wants to be a veterinarian, and one of the background bonds for caretaker is I cannot stand to see an animal harmed in any way.
I was kind of leaning towards nomad.
Of course you were.
I had not contemplated taking multiple though, so I'm now trying to think if any of these others might also fall in line with the idea I've got from Max.
I'm so surprised that you're not a tragic survivor.
Well, no, because he doesn't consider his family dying a hardship. That's just how things are.
Oh, wow.
That's a benefit.
As Ron has stripped him naked like a chicken here in the middle of the podcast.
I mean,
So-
just take
Twitch
that.
TV.
Take that as your primary, and you won't have the hang-up, right?
I was thinking small town roots for Felix.
Right. See, Old So Tiger gets it. It's not a hardship. It's a motivation.
Is this
No, a hardship if you enjoy it.
Is this the same, like, every problem is really an opportunity type of thing? Like, is that where we're going with this?
And I like Nomad because your family mysteriously disappearing across multiple jurisdictions would make it a lot harder for law enforcement to, coordinate. So I can see you making a very logical and well-defined character.
Across multiple jurisdictions.
That's right. When they do finally come for me, it's going to be
a nationwide manhunt.
A nationwide, right?
Exactly.
No,
Well, I mean,
it's going to
just
be like
that the FBI will be
right. It's going to be the FBI. It's not going to be some measly state authorities coming after me.
It takes a federal agency.
It's going to be a federal agency.
Dang right.
Department of Homeland Security.
You're careful to skirt the various jurisdictions. What you're saying?
Yeah.
So, Old Slow Tiger 90 would also like to point out, well, the experimental fighters' debris was scattered across multiple states.
Right? Mysteriously, right over Four Corners is where the explosion was.
And parts of it are still classified. So,
and you know what? That area has a bunch of small town roots in it. So,
But yeah, I didn't. So I want to do small town roots, but I might do a second one as well because it might be fun to have a hang up.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be.
So okay, how do you decide if when you take more than one? Do you get to pick which one the hang up comes from?
Yep.
No, you get both hang ups,
or you get both hang ups.
Oh, is it that way now?
I thought it was after the.
Oh no, you're right. It
Yeah.
is with additional. I was wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So the last time I saw the rules was an editing step or two before the final, maybe an editing step or three before the final. Mm-hmm. So I have not read the book yet. So some of the things that I think are how they are need to be double checked to make sure they are how they think they are.
I kind of want to be the rebellious teacher.
Oh.
Come here, kid. Let me show you how to do this.
Captain.
He walks into the class and sits on the desk with one leg up.
Takes off his cowboy hat. I don't know why. Like, I guess that's from Lisa's teacher that she thought was cool. So that tells you how connected I am to the Chitlins. It's great.
You said take off the cowboy hat, and all I can think of now is because I just heard that there's a Justified miniseries coming. Timothy Oliphant.
Nice.
As
yes.
College
I would go to Timothy Oliphant's class right now. I'm in. Sounds great. What's your character's name again?
So as a nomad, I've got a strong ability to read people and their motivations. And due to how fast you need to make new friends, I'm a good judge of character. This gives me edge on social tests when attempting to gain insight into someone's motives and to see if they're lying to me. Ooh. Additionally, you have edge on knowledge tests about cities that you have lived in.
I hope one of them's Angel Grove because that's where we're gonna be.
Well, what's fun is it does actually give you a little chart that you could use to like determine previous places of residence.
Yeah.
And I figure as a military family, like we probably moved around a lot.
That does make sense.
Actually, I don't think Angel Grove is on that list, though.
It is not, because I think what it assumes is that you have ended up in Angel Grove as a nomad.
Which is interesting because they also have not from around here. Well, I guess that's more alien. So, okay.
It doesn't have to be, though, because like not from around here could also include like a foreign exchange student or something like that. Their other suggestions are
it says different temporal area or like lab grown. I don't know if foreign exchange student is sufficiently exotic.
That's fair. Okay.
For not around here.
I guess that is for the more like non-human type stuff, isn't it?
I mean, you can also make it be an exchange student.
I do like small town roots thematically, but the perk is kind of eh.
Wait, aren't you going surfer?
Yeah.
Okay. What small surfing town would you be from?
Angel
Grove.
Grove.
I actually don't like
Angel Grove.
The influence perk for Small Town Roots is you ask the GM which option is better for you.
It's
that
like
doesn't-
casting augury.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
But I feel like
common
mechanic.
sense, which is
Yeah, that's true.
uncommon.
It represents that you have good instincts.
All right,
yeah.
maybe I'll roll with it. I'll trust Joe to make it not. I don't know. I feel like that has a weird impact on gameplay sometimes. So
Yeah. But we can trust Joe.
It's wheel and woe functionally, right? Like,
yeah. So I was going to claim that and maybe also take community helper, like she was an EMT at some point.
Wait, what was your first one, Andrew?
Small Town Roots.
Small Town Roots and community helper.
Oh, does Felix really have Small Town Roots? I thought you took something else.
I did Small Town Roots, but I was going to do 2 also. There's not, if we're going to do multiples, there's going to be overlap. So don't stress about it.
Yeah. I'll think about the organization otherwise.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking do artist. I figure since he spent a lot of time by himself,
Artisan is kind of a cool one.
he may have, maybe there was a creek down where he lived that had clay on the banks, and he's a self-taught sculptor.
That could be fun.
Ooh.
So I'll go with that.
That's how you know he's from a small town. He calls it a crick.
Mm-hmm. It's not one of those highfalutin bodies of water you have in, big cities.
Mm-hmm.
You mean a river?
Yeah. Ooh, man. Rivers are fancy.
Ooh. A fjord.
A fjord, that's exotic.
It's
Too much. Too much.
Let's see. I'll do Small Town Roots first and Artisan second.
Old Slow Tiger points out that for, a surfer chick, it'd be Wheeler. Whoa.
Sure, fair. That's fair.
Yeah, can't argue with that. Heck, our character is trying to take shape.
Mm-hmm. I will definitely not be farming Keanu Reeves very heavily here.
We believe you.
Sure.
I was about to say, is that supposed to be ironical?
Does
I
that
don't
mean-
understand.
Does that mean we get to look forward to Andrew doing like a couple of like hair sweeps every episode?
Only a couple.
Couple.
I mean, the thing is, Andrew's bangs are naturally a hair sweep kind of thing anyway.
Right? Exactly. We're halfway there.
Perfectly casted.
Yes. In every way.
Every way.
Okay, so are these characters pretty solid then? We good to go?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of want to take martial artists as well, but then if I do rebellious martial arts teacher, I feel like I'm just Cobra Kai.
I mean, do it.
I mean, that's funny. That's just funny. Ron, I meant to ask you, which one were you going to take as your primary?
I was going to take Small Town Roots as my primary, so my
Small
drawback
round toots.
Yeah,
my
put
drawback was for Artisan.
Put
Okay.
an asterisk on the one in the page for the one that's your drawback, just so I know.
Because I figured it'll mean I get sort of self-absorbed or tunnel visioned. Because I figured, because obviously we won't be doing pottery or clay sculpting that often, but I figure once we get into Zording,
Right.
which I believe in this system is around level 3, so you're not thrown into the pool, the deep end from the beginning. Maybe like the shape of my Zord, I think Felix is going to be very invested in the shape of everyone's Zord, so it might cause
This is a family show. Thank you very much.
No, I wasn't thinking like that. Just like what type of animal you choose or whatever. He's going to be very
whatever
invested.
it was. I missed the entire thing, and I'm kind of good with that.
I just heard that one of us is going to be a psychology major and is going to be
Busy.
yes.
Busy sculpting
Yes.
clay. Sculpting. It's fine.
I think I might take caretaker and community helper.
That's fine.
Okay.
Just make sure you put an asterisk on the one that has your hindrance attached to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe by next week I'll have rethought all of these. And have a completely different set of influences.
Well, you can't move around too much because our fans have to have good faith input for their choices in choosing the colors for Betty, Mike, Daniel, Felix, and quote unquote Ben's character.
That's true. We're gonna send out a wider poll to the out to our audience and further to fans of this burgeoning RPG to see what we should play. Right?
Can you give us a little bit of overview on what the different colors mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't.
We haven't gone there yet.
What?
Sure. So if you think about other role-playing games, you often think of ones that have classes. So, for instance, D&D has a bunch of classes. When you look at roles, that's more or less what you're thinking of with Power Rangers. So we have the Ranger spectrum. So since we're not playing with green, unless you are a part of GMFO's specific
Correct.
green only side adventure, our options are black, blue, pink, red, and yellow. And so each of these different roles has progression built into them. So your level 1 through 20 abilities are all based on your role. They determine how quickly you gain powers and abilities and power points, which are used then to activate certain things. And they also determine kind of what your focus is. So, for instance, the Pink Ranger is largely a ranged combatant. So the Pink Ranger's focus is largely on speed. And so the way that our essence scores will grow is that we pick a pool to start with. Our origin gives us a benefit, and then our role will give us a benefit that is closer towards that. And then as we gain levels, will give us additional points with more, for instance, going back to Pink Ranger. Not that I'm biased towards any Ranger color at all, audience. But so Pink Ranger has more points towards speed. You'll have, for instance, your Blue Ranger has more points towards smarts. And your Black Ranger has more points towards social and things like that. But all of the various roles and Ranger spectrums are awesome in a fight. All of us will still be tagging out with our Sentai counterparts to be doing really cool stuff. So it's not like you can make yourself a character that is, completely useless in a fight in a game like Power Rangers, where there will be fighting of large plastic monsters. Or rubber monsters, I suppose.
I was going to say, rubber.
Galvanized rubber.
Galvanized
So
rubber.
you mentioned that black was social, blue was smarts, pink was speed. What are red and yellow?
So your Red Ranger, and I'm just going to flip through the book a little bit to get there since I hadn't looked at this. So I was just like, somebody else is going to be Red Ranger. I don't have to worry about that. Which is exactly how I'm going to be voted to be the rebellious martial arts teacher Red Ranger.
Right. Red is like the leader of the group, right? They're the Leonardos.
So they're your leader and warrior. And your Red Ranger gets their second attack a little bit sooner than some of the other some of the other Ranger colors.
Ooh, I think GM Fox has put it into the perfect translation for Paige. Red is the Captain Americas of the group.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That is something I can grab onto. Or Cyclops, sure.
Yeah.
Although Cyclops kind of a punk, but sure. Got it.
So in your Yellow Ranger, are considered the soul of the team. They are focused on speed, but where your Pink Ranger is speed for range attacks, your Yellow Ranger is speed for melee attacks and things of that. So one of the first thing that Yellow Rangers get to do is they get to make multiple attacks in a round based on speed, and so there's a drawback to your follow-up attacks, kind of like how in D&D you would see like a monk very early gets a second attack before anybody else does in their class at least, but at a small penalty. So,
and yeah, like we've been alluding to, we are going to put it out to you, our viewers, to let us know which one of these characters you think should be assigned which one of these colors. And we'll be posting that on our Discord channel, our Facebooks, and all of our other socials. So be on the lookout this week for that. And also for a more complete breakdown of everything we've discussed about our characters today. Maybe with some concreteness built in there. I don't know.
Next, you're going to ask for a name. Like, let's
slow down there.
Everybody has a name but you.
I noticed that everyone has a name but me.
Not everybody has a full name, but, you know, a name.
Hey, last names are just extra work for everyone involved in a game like this.
And yet, 2 of our characters have last names already.
I know.
I mean, how many are there going to be like 13 other Daniels running around that you have to differentiate from?
Shit, I think GM's got it right. This is why they named Ben the most rebellious. He's so rebellious you don't need a name.
I mean, I will have a name certainly by next Tuesday's session where you will choose, you audience will choose our roles.
Hot.
And where apparently I will end up as the Red Ranger because that's the one that I know the least about.
I mean, fine. You're gonna do whatever you're gonna do.
What is wait, no, now you can't start that and then
Yeah, I
not
wanna
finish
know
it.
more.
Like,
I think you would excel at any color.
Oh.
Ooh.
oh.
Well,
Look at
we all
that.
know that if there's one unbiased opinion about Ben, we go to Paige.
Absolutely, I will give you only the factual truth about Ben.
And I love you for it.
Oh.
She is probably right, though. Which means Ben should be red then, so he'll be great at it.
Although,
Please don't make me red. Please don't make me red.
Ron desperately wants to be read, as everyone can hear.
Yes.
who does want to be red?
Listen, I assume that Joe will mobilize his bot army to make sure that
Obviously.
Ron is red.
Clearly.
I mean, so what kind of colors are people drawn to? I mean, obviously, we will go with what our audience suggests, but what kind of colors are people drawn to?
You know, I am leaning towards, and I'm just going to put a smattering out there because I want to pigeonhole myself. I'm ready to role play whatever.
Go on.
Mhm.
But I could see Max falling in as yellow, red, or black. That's all I'm saying.
Hmm.
Yes, we are professional role players. Whatever the role we are given, we will play it.
As long as Ron doesn't get red.
in which he will burn this sucker down.
If he's going to start asking what the roof of the podcast is made of.
I will just, whatever we get, we change
for
the Ranger
fire.
colors, and I get some sort of weird exotic, tool. I'll just, it'll be facing the wrong way the first time I set it off, which will be no fault of my own, and that'll be that for Felix.
There you go.
Whether
no,
that
poor
tool is
Felix.
a rocket hammer, though.
Then I will gladly be red. Yes.
So what colors do you think most resonate with your character then?
Ooh.
I was thinking blue, but I can see myself in any of the other shades of the spectrum.
All right.
Paige, what about for hold on, I know your name. It's
Daniel.
Daniel.
Daniel Gutierrez. I also see blue, but I could also see yellow as well.
Ben.
And the reason why I like yellow
Oh.
is because I have looked at the art in the book now, which is something that I had not done previously.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
And they have a cat machine.
They can have a cat machine.
I think you're not locked into the shape of your sword. I don't
Among
You are
their
not.
options,
Yeah, but it had a cat.
Well, I'm not saying they don't have a cat. I'm just saying, if you end up not being yellow, you can still potentially have a cat.
Okay.
That is
But
true.
blue is also Triceratops. I have a real strong feeling about Triceratops.
So since the question was it me, I mean, of course, I'm going to lean towards pink because, that's just, I guess, my nature. I'm a big fan of pink IRL. It's one of my favorite colors. And no, not salmon, pink.
And it's very rebellious to be a martial artist, but when it comes to actual grid fighting, you refuse to use any of your skills and just shoot at them.
I do flips and stuff. It's real cool. Man.
Yeah. What about a bow? Archery. Is that not?
Yeah. Nobody uses bows anymore. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be me and Jeremy Renner and everybody else who just watched Hawkeye. And now I feel bad about myself.
Don't feel bad about yourself.
So, anyways, either pink or I like the Black Ranger stick as far as being a leader. Kind of like if red wants to be more warrior, then black can be leader.
So mysterious.
But black also has some cool abilities that they can use to buff the team, and that is a role that I enjoy quite a bit when it comes to gaming.
Which leaves us with
Andrew,
yes.
and Betty.
I can actually see almost any of the roles for Betty, with maybe the exception of the Blue Ranger, because that one seems a little bit more technical. So I was sort of scrolling through all the other colors, and they actually seem I could come up with a rendition that fits for her.
Or, I mean, you could be blue in that it's just like you don't put any effort into it, but it's like, yo, dude, if you just like take this and like twist it like this, there you go.
I think you just physically hurt Ron.
Nothing.
Like I was watching his face, and it was just like an expression of pain.
Why are all of these water pipes exclusively for the use with tobacco only? All of your technology. Maybe. I don't know. So like crappy, I went down to the store and they got you this. It heats food things up really quickly and hot just to plug into the wall here. Hit like 30 seconds on it. It's pretty cool. So stuff like that, that kind of technology.
Betty, that's just a microwave?
No, I made it this morning. Yeah.
So it functions exactly like a microwave, but it's based on like gravity waves or something.
Yeah. Gravity waves. Yeah, bruh. Yeah.
You're making a very good case for yourself as a Blue Ranger.
What have you done? Unplug it. That's for safety.
I'm just imagining Surfer Kramer from Seinfeld.
From what?
From Seinfeld.
Yes.
Don't ask Jerry. It just works, Jerry.
Falling back asswards into success.
See, the rest of us did this wrong. Andrew has given the people a sample of what they
That's true.
if they vote for him to be blue.
Yeah, but I mean, if we just give samples, isn't that what everyone's doing?
It's fair. It's fair.
Where I come from, you don't give samples. You just are who you are, and everybody knows you.
Is not giving samples part of Linda's ice cream scooping heritage, though? Betty's, sorry.
So
I forgot their own name.
Where you're from?
Exactly. I meant ice cream samples with the little spoons, you know?
Oh, I was more referring to Ron's. We don't do samples.
Definitely not Costco. Tiny bites of...
I have a mental image of these characters going through Costco together. Like that's a whole 2-hour show right there.
If we can limit that to 2 hours, I'll be impressed.
Yeah.
I also feel like we should have potential majors or actual majors picked for the characters as well, because that also
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
Biology, obviously, if I'm pre-veterinary. Although I guess I could
mean,
do it for microbiology.
doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be.
Biology.
I already know what I'm going to do, so this is great.
Change your major every semester.
Undecided.
There you go.
You can't lock him down. Lock her down. What
It's
gender?
either going to be the character will either be a non-binary or a woman. I haven't decided yet.
Sure.
It's part of what my brain is chewing on.
You can't lock them down. Come on.
There you go. Exactly.
Huh. We are very close to just doing a total 180 on our gender bender here.
Oh, you mean?
What do you
just, like,
mean?
Picking different things?
I mean, it's fascinating because Paige is playing a male.
Yes. Who's holding us back?
Felix.
Who's holding us back?
Max is. I have also not decided what if Max is a he or she.
Max
when
or
you said
Maxine?
Or they.
I was
Or
like,
Or
Max
they.
can go either way. That's true.
That very intentional there.
I've been
I mean,
playing the. Oh, go ahead.
I could transition to Felixine
Stop.
if necessary.
Stop with your words.
Felicia.
Ooh.
That we'd always be excited to say
Yeah.
bye to you.
Shoving doors in your face all the time.
All right. So, is there anything else we have to discuss about character creation, Ben?
So not for tonight. We, as a part of character creation, we do get some starter essence points that we should figure out before next week. But so once we do that and put in our choices based on origins, because since origins, all the origins say you either get a bonus to one essence or the other, and depending on which one you do, you can choose from a bonus from that point turning into a skill point in one of these certain areas, or one of the skills in that essence, rather. So we need to make that decision. But other than that, we just need to have I need to catch up to everybody else and have a name. And then we need to kind of have a description of our characters so that we can start play and get to the point where we will have our roles selected and find out what they are and play together.
What?
Hey, just out of curiosity, could you be a little more specific about when we start play?
Whoa.
Yeah, that would be next Tuesday, the 26th? No, 25th. 25th. Haha. Dates are hard.
That's right. So y'all can find us here next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
8 o'clock.
Tuesday.
To 10
Gary
o'clock.
Ghost. Oh, is that what we're doing? Sorry.
Time travel.
And yeah. Until then, Joe, do you wanna lead us out?
Yeah, it's your job now, man.
Good
Pass the
lord,
torch.
that's
I've passed the torch.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
woo. Follow us.
To the
Sure.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
See ya.